Hi guys, I hope everyone is having an awesome weekend. Today I'm going to be showing you a really easy, simple recipe. I eat this almost every other day. I make it first thing in the morning, and it's one bowl, one pan, no fuss, simple, delicious banana pancakes, and yeah, so let's get started. To begin, you are going to need 2 bananas. It's okay if it's a little browned, that just means it's overripe. Those are natural sugars that are really going to help naturally sweeten this recipe. 2 eggs, good for protein. If you want to make a vegan version, you can make flax eggs. Next, you're going to need some baking powder or baking soda. It really doesn't make a difference. Vanilla, this is optional. It makes for a nicer, like a baked taste, kind of like a cake. Brown rice flour, this is my go-to. I buy it from Amazon in a pack of 4. It's not expensive, it's gluten-free, organic. It's completely optional. You can use whatever type of flour you like. I have used oat flour, buckwheat flour, and almond flour, and they've all worked perfectly. So we're just gonna need a ½ cup of this. Almond butter for the top, any kind of topping you like. You can even use peanut butter, cashew butter, maple syrup, date syrup, anything at all that you prefer. You're going to need a ½ tablespoon of salt. I like to use pink Himalayan salt. And the next 2 ingredients are optional as well. I like to put in some berries inside of the pancakes. I think that berries are beautiful when they are cooked. And oats. Oats are also optional. You can add some of these if you want more fiber, more texture. Alright, first things first. 2 bananas. So instead of cutting this up in different steps, we're just gonna throw everything in. So you're gonna put all your wet ingredients, in. So your bananas with your eggs. We're all busy. And you're gonna put your vanilla if you are using it. I can open it. There it goes. You're going to put just a splash of vanilla, just a little bit. It goes a long way. And then you can use a fork or a masher. Max gets really annoyed when I use a fork. He says it takes too long. So we're just going to use a masher. Mash, mash, mash. Everything. You can leave some chunkiness, but I prefer for it to be completely Next, I'm going to put in our flour. Oh, I forgot an ingredient. I'll bring it after. We're going to put our flour. So roughly ½ cup. I don't really measure because, I don't know, because I feel like I'm always in a rush. So ½ cup of your flour of choice. In this case, I'm using brown rice flour. ½ teaspoon of baking powder or baking soda. A pinch of salt, also cinnamon, which I forgot to show you. Cinnamon is delicious. You can even make like an apple pie version of this by adding a bit of cinnamon and nutmeg and applesauce, but we're not getting fancy here. And then just mix it all together. And if you feel like it needs a bit more flour, go ahead and add some. It's not a big deal, We're all chilling here, and I'm actually going to use a bit of oats. Bind it all together, create some bite. Yeah, and that's it. So we're going to go ahead and begin cooking, so I'll see you guys at the stove. Beautiful. The butter in a pan. Once it starts to kind of foam a little, then you can go ahead and add your batter, which we have here. Also, you'll need a spatula to flip the pancakes. Begin to bubble just a little bit. You can either use a smaller pan if you would prefer to cook them individually, but again, I like to do things as efficiently as possible. So I'm going to add a bit of batter to both sides. So this is medium heat because you don't want them to cook too fast. And guys, I'm not a perfectionist, so there you go. So all you need to do, bring up the heat just a little bit. So now it's like on the lower end of medium to high. And if you are using berries, you can use fresh or frozen. Kind of just like flop them around. You know, I wouldn't put too much because you don't want to mess with the texture or the shape, because sometimes they can break through if you use too much. Yeah, super simple. Cool. So, how do you know when they're ready to flip over? So you'll notice the rims will kind of begin to bubble a little bit. You want that bubbling to kind of go all around. And you'll notice the color on the edges will change to a little more pale, I guess. Paler? More pale yellow. So I'm just going to bring it down a little bit because I always end up burning them. Not always, but often. Which is fine. See that bubbling? The beautiful bubbling. This year I really wanted to cook with intention, to cook with love, because everything is energy. When you're thinking and feeling a certain emotion, that's going to go into the food. For example, if you cook something when you're completely stressed or frustrated or angry, it doesn't always turn out as yummy as it can be. So as it's cooking, just really think about how thankful you are for this meal and how much you're going to enjoy it, and it's going to nourish your body. Just look at it and enjoy the beauty of food, because food is life, and I love food. I don't know anyone who doesn't love food. Let's see if they're ready. Yeah, I think they're turn it down. They can move a little, but I made this guy a little fatter, so he's not going to move for me yet. I don't want to break it. I can cook, guys, I swear. I just, for some reason, can't always flip pancakes. There we go. I like to press them down so they cook a little faster, more evenly. You can go ahead and add just a little bit more butter to lubricate and ease the flipping and removal of these pancakes. I'm going to take a peek, because sometimes they can cook really fast. Not ready yet. So in the meantime, I'm going to prepare my topping. I'm going to use almond butter. So yeah, once they look, you know, kind of, they don't have to be completely browned all the way. Just feel the touch. Is it still gooey? Is it bouncy? If it's a little bouncy, then it's done. I like to just give it a little longer, a few more seconds. And yeah, just keep doing that until you've completed with all your batter.